Hello, my name is Amy. I'm here to give my testimony. I know it's God that been causing me to watch certain videos on YouTube from different prophets because every time I go to watch a certain video, it's like a word from me is in there. And I kept hearing constantly, God is waiting for God is waiting for y'all to confess. God is waiting for y'all to stop being disobedient. God is waiting for y'all to, do your testimony. And like God just has been making miracles just happen, like beautiful miracles. The things God has been doing in me and my kids' life is so amazing. I can't even explain it. God is so beautiful. God knows I'm a work in progress. I'm trying my best, and I'm gonna get it together. No one's perfect, but I just wanna be for God. I'm not gonna be deceived and go into discernment or anything, because I know Jesus is very real. God has been moving in miraculous ways in me and my kids' life. It's just amazing. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. So I'm gonna just stop and tell you guys, my testimony, what God called me to do. God is really our protector. Every time I would start feeling overwhelmed, like I'm going back into that dark place, God sent his angels to enter my presence and watch over me and my kids. Like really. I experienced so many angels in miraculous ways. That's just so beautiful, peaceful. And I feel butterflies in my chest when I feel the presence of God. It is just so amazing. It feels like a fairy tale. Like whenever I feel the presence of God, it's like I feel peace. Like my spirit is just calm. I don't have no anxiety, none of it. I'm just at peace. I love when God comes into my presence because I know when it's him. I done seen different angels in my room. Whenever the enemy be trying to so say show up, which he don't have no power, I just laugh at him and he's mad. So he's still trying. And all the plots is very obvious. So he ain't got no choice but to flee. Let me see where I'm at. Every time I ask God to come at the moment, I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. He shows up right away, always on time. He's always on time. God has been moving in so many ways, so many shocking ways. It's like a miracle. And it just blows my mind. I thank God for every breath I take. Every day he wakes me up is worth living. God has changed my life completely around. Completely around. And I just want to do what God has called me to do. And I know my destiny is at least is either being a motivational speaker, um, ministry, medical field, anything that pertains to helping someone, like by talking to them, like anything like with talking to someone, because I give great advice and people always come to me whenever they're going through stuff, and I'm the perfect person to talk to when it comes to that. God puts the words on my mind and on my heart to tell whoever it is that's going through something, and their whole day change. And I know it do, because I know the perfect words to say. God has been moving in my life. God has been shifting in my life. The prosperity that God promised me, the abundance, the helpers that he's sending, I already received my confirmation that God is in the process, and the helpers is in the process of blessing me, my kids, with a beautiful home. Because where I'm living at right now is not for me, my kids. Every day, something bad is happening. This morning, they had a little boy that was shooting kids at the bus stop with a BB gun. And what so happened, my neighbor that lived by me, he's going through stuff from the plots of the enemy. And I keep trying to tell him, they don't have no power. You're God's chosen one. You're a star seed. God got you. The enemies, the wicked, the evil, whatever, they will never get their way. Never get away. And God is exposing all of them right now. God is exposing all of them right now. Me and this man came into each other's life in the worst, craziest way ever. We fell out behind a parking spot. And I was real mad. He knew I was. But that man is so sweet. He's a real man. He got a pure heart. I know he's one of God's chosen ones. Everybody have a gift. But God is trying to walk everybody into the calling. People is just deceived. They don't want to accept God in their life. God has knocked on their door. God gave them signs, all kind of different ways. They don't want to seek God. They want to be deceived by money and material things. But not me. Yeah, I am a sinner. Everybody's a sinner. Everybody's a sinner. But my heart is pure and God knows that. I don't have an evil bone in my body. God been protecting me for so long. I've been going through stuff for so many years. And I just thank God for being there for me, my kids. I've been having bad headaches, bad chest pains, a weird tingly cool, sometimes burning feeling at the lower right side of my stomach. It'd be a lot of pressure most of the time. And I know the enemies has caused this because every time I would go to the hospital, they would never see anything. And I would leave in tears, worried. Well, not worried because I just bear the pain because I know it's tricks and plots and schemes from the enemies. I was always a great person, always helping, always so giving. But when I needed a shoulder to cry on, and it was my turn to, vent out, vent and pour out my heart to someone, because I don't really have no friends, but the ones that I helped, that was family or friends, and they turned their backs on me whenever I needed them the most. Every household I had, I always did take people and their kids, and that's just the heart that I have. And I would feed them off of my kids' government assistance and stuff. I struggle too. But to help someone and their kids, I will. If I gotta split one pack of meat for my kids and their kids and them, I will. Because God is gonna make a way. The feeling that I'm feeling in my stomach right now is the afflictions that the enemies has caused. I lost a baby by being disobedient, by seeking a card reader, because I was in darkness and my mind was very weak. I was weak minded and I knew better than it. I have a gift already to have all the answers that I need. I don't need no evil person telling me what's going on in my life and I have to pay this amount of money to take evil off. So I knew better than it. So I started going through the spiritual warfare. And I wasn't even sure what that was because I wasn't supposed to know what it was. I was supposed to just be following God. A lot of things that happen in my life, in my kids' life, is because of what I did by seeking card readers instead of seeking the Lord. And I was punished real bad. But it's not all the enemy. It's not all the enemy that did, cause so much bad in my life, in my children's life. It's God too. But I know it was the things that God caused. He wouldn't let it get far how I got far in me and my kids' life. I was pregnant, and the enemy tried to trick my mind into believing I wasn't pregnant. I have 4 kids, and I lost a child. And I already received my confirmation I was pregnant. I was 4 months pregnant, and I was having a girl. And every time I went to every hospital in Lafayette, Louisiana, they did blood work, urine work, CAT scan, pelvic exam, ultrasound, all that. Didn't find anything. And I knew I was feeling movements in my stomach. I was like 4 months. My breast was leaking. I was eating a lot, sleeping a lot, gaining weight, all that. And the woman tried to trick my mind into believing I was not pregnant. And you know what happened? By me going to the hospital all those times and I was being preyed on with evil, witchcraft, I lost the baby. It wasn't meant for them to see. The enemy didn't want the baby to get protected, for me to get checked out to make sure everything was okay. So I lost it. While I'm in the hospital, my daughter texted my phone while they had the IV in my arm, telling me, Mama, I need to talk to you about something. But I don't know if I should tell you right now because I don't want to stress you out more than you already is. So I was like, Mom, just tell me what's going on or whatever. Just tell me what's going on. My daughter came out and told me she was raped. It just killed me. Like the stuff that I've been through in life, me and my kids didn't deserve that by evil. But the wicked and the evil and the devils and the enemies, they are not getting their way anymore. God has already taken care of that. the Lord told me to step back. He got it. And he's exposing every last one of them. Every last one. The enemies is causing all kind of things to happen. Every time me and my spiritual people that I'm close with now, because I canceled all my friends because it was either negativity, it was drama, it was fakeness. Like a lot of people just wasn't on my level, and they got removed at the right time. Some of them they got removed. I didn't even notice they was gone. God needed me to be alone, because at that moment I needed to be alone and go through stuff alone, to where I ain't got no choice but to seek God, and I did. And I'm still not perfect. I'm still working on being obedient, because I wants to walk in my destiny that the enemy try to take, because they praise on the weak with evil. So it's not even really called praying. You don't do that to people. And everything that the wicked did, God is handling it. God is handling it. I know what's my calling. I know what God is doing for me. The money that was blocked, my cups is overflowing. They can't stop nothing that God has that's already coming. He released everything for me, my kids. We deserve it now. God knows I am trying. I am really trying. Then I bring my daughter to the doctor after she told me that she think that the little boy gave her an STD or whatever, which that broke me. We to the doctor. That still wasn't it. My daughter found out she was 18 weeks pregnant. It was just so much going on. It was a blessing and a lesson at the same time. God let that happen for my daughter to, get pregnant and have a baby. Because we needed some kind of happiness and peace in our family, in our household, because of all the things we was going through behind the enemy. And I got blessed with a beautiful grandbaby, a daughter, is a girl. My granddaughter she was born at 6:03 a.m. and she was 6 pounds 3 ounces, and her name is Kaisley Page. She's an angel. She understands me. She know it's like she was sent from heaven above. She knows when I'm going through stuff. She started talking to me, or when I'm sad, she said, "I love that baby with everything in me." I knew she was sent from God, and I knew God is gonna do it again for me, because I already received confirmation about the fruit of the womb. I'm gonna conceive, because it was a miracle for that to happen. My tubes was tied in 2012. 2012. And it took for all these years in 2000. Matter of fact, last year, at the end of February to like June, I was pregnant 4 months, and God blessed me with a baby, because the boy I was dealing with, I knew he was from God. I knew he was. I knew he was. That was finally the right one. And the enemy the enemy took it away, but he's still willing his way back in. I already received my confirmation. He been coming around, and I knew he's gonna get blessed with another baby girl, because he don't have any kids. A lot of women one woman tried to throw a baby on him, and the little boy was 2 years old. Come to find out it wasn't his. The enemy caused me and him to break up. He started talking to another girl. She found out she was pregnant. He was to my house. The girl called at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, saying that she was going to the hospital or whatever because something wasn't right. She ended up losing a baby. The enemy is going to get taken care of. So I already know, because 3 is my number. It was a generational curse in my family. But it takes me to break that curse, and I will, because I'm not letting the enemies have their way. So this is the third time now. And this third blessing that he's about to get blessed with, the baby, God is keeping that baby in our relationship, in our family. It's going to be a girl. And that's going to change his life and slow him down. And it's going to bring way more peace and happiness in my life. Yeah. My family is going to be complete. It's already complete. But God has given me what I deserve, because I didn't deserve that. Let me see what else. The whole time my daughter was pregnant, the enemy has caused little girls to play on my daughter's Instagram on fake names, saying they hope her and her baby die. My daughter, she told me she would be crying in the room about that until she finally came out and told me what happened, what they did. And I wasn't letting it go like that. Because they could play with me all day. Nobody's going to play with my children. But that's how the enemy try to work, which the enemy can't win nothing. They might as well give up because I'm still here. I'm still standing strong because God got his hand on me, keeping me strong. My daughter had a healthy baby, very healthy baby, very healthy baby. It's just so upsetting that the devil have to take it that far. But the people that's deceived, that God has called me to talk to and give them the word that he wanted me to tell them, they don't want it coming from Amy. Amy is not good enough. Amy is not good enough to talk spiritual. Amy is not good enough to have a calling over her life. Amy and her kids is not meant to get out the struggle life. We're not meant to have anything. It's mainly family. There's a lot of fake friends too. That's why I don't really talk to no one. I have one good friend that I be with every day, and my neighbor. And I have sisters, brothers, my close siblings, and my mom. That's all I need in my life. All that other stuff, all that jealousy and all that, that's an evil spirit. They could keep that jealousy and that bad energy somewhere. I'm walking with the Lord. That's what I'm doing. Walking with the Lord. That's what I'm going to do. The enemy caused my kids' beds to get stolen outside when FedEx delivered. Lord knows I wanted to fix my kids' bedroom up. Because one of the enemies, tried to take my little boy from me. From Halloween on October 31st, which was a full moon, that's the type of stuff that they did. That's the type of spell they supposed to put over my life. A full moon spell. If they only knew the full moon was giving me energy. It was keeping me up to hear those words that the Lord is delivering to me. Yeah, I be up to get the signs with the numbers, and I feel his presence. God revealed himself to me as like the sun. It was like a sun, and it was like an angel. I have pictures of everything. The very first time that God revealed himself to me in a miraculous way, it was an angel, and it was a sun, and the sun was synchronizing, and it was doing like some kind of beautiful light. It just brought me so much peace, and I felt butterflies in my chest and in my stomach. I cried to God because he showed me, like, I seen God come in beautiful ways. That's the first time I experienced God, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my life completely, and I'm going to walk into my calling, and I will be in ministry, and I will be very successful. The enemy calls me to, I'm not going to hold nothing back because God wants me to say everything. I'm not embarrassed behind nothing. The enemy wanted to cause affliction in my stomach. So still to this day, I'm feeling that pressure in my stomach traveling to my leg. I received confirmation from a few prophets. I know who's the real prophets and who's not. The enemy been trying to cause me to watch fake prophets, false prophets. I know how to test the spirit. I know when it's someone from God, and I know when it's from the devil, because they try to flip the scriptures to try to make it sound good. But the gift that I have, I see through everything, and I feel everything, and I know how to test the spirit. Like I said, I know all about everything, like everything that God tells me. He don't want me to be deceived. He don't want me to be discerned. He don't want me to watch anyone. God lets me know which one is the one to watch. Because when I go on it, I receive confirmation from every YouTube person that I subscribe to. Every person. From Chantel Akabi, Trend Genius, God Oppress. I'll be watching a few of the prophets on there. They have one named Joseph. I forgot what was the rest of his name. They've been giving me so much motivation and so much, like they taught me faith. They told me how to be patient and let God do it. It's gonna happen on his timing, which is happening already, speedily. God is moving in so many beautiful ways. My beds that got stolen. My beds that had got stolen, my kids' beds. The money got replaced back on my card. It got replaced back on my card. My unemployment that I've been waiting on forever, it came. It came 4 times the amount what I was waiting for. It all came at the same time. God has been making all the money that was blocked come. It all been coming. My cups is overflowing. It's overflowing. It's money that was blocked for years. So imagine money that was blocked for years. Child support and social security and audit for my children that was blocked for years. Because their daddy was in prison for like 7 years. But the first 4 years, my kids was receiving their checks. Some way, somehow, the child support office found out that he was incarcerated after them getting their money for 4 years. So their money was blocked for his last 3 years because the state cannot pay the state. So being that they thought they blocked it, it's coming back. God is releasing it to me. Everything that's owed to me and my children, God is releasing. From 8,000 to like the stimulus that's going on right now. I wouldn't even really run about it so much. But since it's free and the government feel like they could try to distract us and deceive us by money, I'm getting it because it's free. I didn't have to apply for no government assistance. Because I know I'm going to do better than that because God is blessing me with something better. Yes, I am struggling right now. The apartment I'm living in right now, yes, it has mold because my neighbors that stay upstairs, their bathroom have a crack somewhere in the floor and it comes down in my little boy closet. And I told that to the property manager. And she keeps saying, I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna get on it. It's been going on for a whole year until it turned into mold. But I know how to protect my children and I know how to protect my grandbaby. I bleaches it. I sprays the closet real good with bleach. I scrub and I put a fresh scent so it don't really smell the strong bleach. And God is keeping us strong. Nothing's gonna happen without our help. We're gonna be good until God gets us out of here because I know it's coming soon that a helper or an angel that God is sending my way is coming to get me and my kids out of here. Because the new beds that I ordered after Amazon replaced my money, it was left outside again. It was left outside again. But the devil was a liar because when I woke up and I opened the door, the boxes was just against my door. It was against the door, waiting for me to get it. Because I already said God is not letting that happen. God know I'm not giving the enemy no power. All the power is in the Lord, divine power. And he got me and my children. All the things that happen in me and my kids' life, the stuff that the enemy caused, God is about to let me prosper and receive all my blessings right in their face. God told me not to retaliate, not to be so mad to where I get caught up by trying to hurt him because he got it. He told me step back. The enemy caused a lot of things in my life. A lot of things. It's more than one, it's a lot. But I know me and my kids is getting what we deserve because the Lord already told me. And I thank God so much for that. My life is just so much better now. I have every reason worth living. I don't have suicidal thoughts anymore. I know me and my kids is going to be okay and my grandbaby. I know we're going to be okay. And when God's going to bless me, I'm going to bless the people that I'm called to bless. I know who to bless. I wanted to open a homeless shelter for the men and the women. I want to donate money to like the children's hospital, like the kids with cancer and the kids that's sick and stuff like that. I want to put my money to a good use. I don't want to be like the rich people, the successful people that don't know what to do with their money and they buy airplanes and stupid stuff like that. I'm doing what God is telling me to do. And I'm going to prepare my building for my ministry. Yes, I'm walking into the Lord's calling, the calling that he blessed me with. That's going to bring favor and abundance and prosperity. Yes, yes, me and my kids deserve a beautiful life, a beautiful home, a beautiful car, a beautiful everything. God has renewed me. I'm reborn. Yes. And this is my confirmation, you guys. And I already know God is moving more, miraculous ways. He's moving so amazing. And I feel all my blessings and my kids' blessings coming is near. Where I'm living at right now, God is just telling me, my daughter, just hold on just a little while longer. You won't be there for too long. He's trying to make sure I don't be, you know, deceived again and I don't go back to my old ways. But Lord, I'm here to tell you right now, I'm not. I want to walk in your favor. I want to walk in your path because it's a beautiful journey that me and my kids is going to experience. And I thank you so much, Lord, for that. I thank you so much. Oh, one more thing that the Lord told me to say. That's the thing that the enemy been trying to get me to leave out. God told me not to be embarrassed. Let it be known. The enemy know I don't do drugs. The enemy knows I don't pop pills. But with the affliction the enemy caused in my life, with this thing that's going on in my stomach and all that, and the moon spell, it was supposed to drain me. And it was. And then some way, somehow, I started taking drugs, Adderalls. I got sucked into taking pills, Adderalls. And the enemy didn't like the fact that I was doing it. I'm not a drug head. I don't take drugs. I never did. The only thing that I do is smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. But I have been taking it to help me focus and to help me, get things done for my kids so I could cook and clean up and get my bills paid and stuff. Because the enemy wanted me to sleep so where they could have taken my mind. The enemy will never be strong enough to take my mind. My mind is the most powerful thing to waste. It's not going to happen. So I'm not ashamed. And thank you, God, because I feel so much better by, saying the thing that I was so ashamed about. Yeah, I was strong on Adderalls because it was helping me. It was helping me. I knew I needed that because the enemy had me so drained so I couldn't do anything but sleep my life away. But y'all, I'm going to end my testimony right now because every testimony I work on doing, the enemy causes it to get deleted. But this time it's not. And whenever other, beautiful things start happening in my life, I'm going to start my YouTube channel and it's going to bring a lot of success in my life, a lot of abundance. Thank you guys for, hearing my testimony. I feel so blessed by sharing this with y'all. I hope it helps someone. Never give the enemy the power. All you need to do is seek God, no card readers, no wicked, no none of that. Because it's going to only cause more pain and evil in your life. Bye, you guys.